Alright guys, back to some weighted pull strength training where I've been training this movement just isolated alone on a given day or on a given time, right? So I've been doing low volume sets and I'm keeping the intensity around 85% of a 1 rep max. So I decided to start off with just 75 pounds, and initially the goal was to do 5 sets of 2 reps. I figured let me do a weight that I could do 4 reps with and do just a lot of sets of 2. By set 5, I said, all right, I was still feeling pretty good. So I ended up going for around 7 sets of 2 with 75 pounds. And the reason why I'm keeping the volume relatively low is just so I don't over fatigue myself and I can still stick to my 3-day training split. So hitting 2 reps a set with a weight that I could theoretically do for 4 reps is going to keep the intensity slightly lower, as well as the central nervous system fatigue and overall accumulated fatigue a lot lower throughout the week. So this first pull session, 75 pounds, 7 sets of 2, was done on a Sunday. What you're seeing now is Wednesday, 3 days later, and I upped the weight to 80 pounds. And now what you're going to see here is I do 5 sets of 2 with 80 pounds, increasing the load, keeping the volume just about the same. Because remember, I only wanted to do 5 sets of 2 initially, but I ended up going for 7 sets of 2 because the weight was moving relatively well. So what I did today was, what you're going to see is, I did the 5 sets of 2 with 80 pounds, and I kept the break periods to a strict 2-minute break, which is going to increase the intensity. So here on set 4, I start to notice a slight drop off in rep speed. Remember, rep speed is going to have a direct correlation to maximal force output. And on set 5, it's the first set I have to dead hang after rep 1. So a big drop off in speed here, but we're not done. Just because I had a decrease in force production and rep speed doesn't mean that I was feeling the overall fatigue. Remember, 2 reps a set, I wasn't that tired, my nervous system wasn't that beat up. So instead of going for another set at 80 pounds, I said let's go for a heavy set. I rested 4 minutes and threw 105 pounds on and ended up catching a clean rep on my first attempt, which is the heaviest pull that I've went or attempted and caught since my competition back in April, when I only hit 112.5 pounds peaked. So all this volume training, all these low volume sets of high intensity and all the body weight sets of high repetitions has kept my strength pretty high due to the fact that I'm not really training it specifically until now. So I'm going to keep these 5x2s, 7x2s in for the time being, and I'm going to really try to push that max strength a lot further than I hit with that 112.5 pound pull-up back in competition. And after that first set up the 105 pounds, I rested another 4 minutes and said let's go for another attempt to keep the total set volume the same. So I hit 7 sets of 2 with 75 pounds and did 7 total working sets. This last set, the height on the pull wasn't as good as it was on the initial 105 pounds, but I'll take it just for the fact that I pretty much got shin to bar, and I'm really happy with that progression. And after those 7 sets of weighted pronated pulls, I dropped the load down to 60 pounds and I just did 2 sets of supinated chin-ups. 60 pounds, 2 sets of 6, just to get some elbow flexion in there and some balance and avoid any overuse or any over stress on the elbow joint itself. So 60 pounds, 2 sets of 6. I only filmed 1 here. Stay tuned for the weighted pull progress to come.